Hello YouTube, Totska here with another short video game review. This one is a more recent game unlike my other video and has been talked about for a while since it was announced. Does this game look familiar? Well, too bad, because here's The Evil Within. This game was one that I had been looking forward to since its announcement back in April 2013. In The Evil Within you play as Detective Sebastian Castellanos, aided by his partners Kidman and Joseph as he is plummeted into the hell that is Ruvik's realm. After witnessing a gory mess inside the mental hospital that they are responding to a call from, they see a white-hooded figure called Ruvik which knocks them unconscious before they make their way out of one nightmare to find themselves in another as the city begins to shift and transform. Not soon after they crash in the woods and Sebastian finds himself alone amongst the deformed hellspawn that is the villagers. Now before I say anything else, I am only telling this far into the story so that those of you who have not played this will not have the game ruined for you, because I believe the story makes a big part of this game. I will instead be discussing the gameplay and way that this game feels as a horror shooter genre. I say shooter because even though to some this may be considered survival horror, I only consider games with little to no weapons like Amnesia and the new Alien game survival horror. Don't let this discourage you though, because this game is still full of delightfully gory and horrific scenes. As you start out in the game you do not get much in the way of weapons until about 6 or so chapters in, and ammo is limited. But in Chapter 3 you have a chance of acquiring a very useful and powerful weapon known as the Agony Crossbow. This weapon takes parts you get from disarming traps and turns them into various ammo types called Agony Bolts. And believe me when I say this weapon will save you many times, so keep your eye out for it in one of the houses. The controls are fairly smooth and switching between weapons is pretty easy. The game uses a combination of stealth and firepower, and as the levels progress they make sure you are not too overpowered to just blast through the game without trouble. Traps are present everywhere and all it takes is one wrong step and you can be blown to bits or cut in half. You are given a lamp as a light source, but be careful how you use it, as any noise or light can attract foes to you. Fire will be your best friend as well, because it seems that next to headshots this is the only way to ward off the evil spawn of Ruvik. The enemies and traps can easily piss you off, but that feeling you get when you torch an enemy makes it extremely satisfying. There is an upgrade system allowing you to enhance your weapons and physical abilities as you progress by collecting brain goo in jars and off enemies after they die. There is also weapon sway that makes this game even more difficult until you manage to upgrade your weapon accuracy. The gore in this game is beautiful as well as horrific, as you get cut into bits or blast an enemy into red jello chunks. The more difficult bosses and enemies come in many varieties, ranging from a woman with elongated spider-like arms to giant abominations with hundreds of mouths and corpses writhing all along it as it throws you through walls. Gameplay on normal alone can last a good day. And no, not 6 hours, I actually means a solid 15 to 18 hours of gameplay depending on your level of experience. Overall, this game is definitely something to play and has much more to promise, as there will be at least 2 or more DLC add-ons to continue the story even further, and I strongly recommend that anyone looking for a nice bloodbath try it out. This has been a short game review. Please feel free to comment below and subscribe. This has been Tots Ga. Good night YouTube.